Hey everyone. So this video is what is the correct backswing for a sidearm? Now there are effectively three different ways to do a sidearm backswing. One of them is incorrect and two of them are correct. However, it's highly probable that only one of the two correct backswings is going to work for you. This video is going to help you figure out which one you are. So for starters, the three backswings are the pendulum, where the disc swings down like this, like a pendulum, the windmill, where the disc comes over the top, and a straight backswing, which I've just decided to name the wrong backswing. The reason I say it's the wrong backswing is that unlike the backhand, with the sidearm, when you pull the backswing straight back across your body, just mechanically, it tends to lock your elbow in close to the body. Like I've discussed, in every sidearm video I've ever made, you don't want the elbow close to the body. You want it back here, right? Power doesn't come from here. Power is going to come from here. The purpose of the pendulum and the windmill, ironically, is that you are going to keep your arms straight, which means you're going to get your elbow away from your body or get your elbow away from your body. So both of those are correct. Now, after many, many years of teaching, I finally figured out that both of those do not work for the vast majority of players. Ask someone smarter than me. I'm sure they can give you a physiological reason for it. I don't know what that is. However, biomechanically, one of those is going to load your arm in the correct position. One of them is not. It's also possible one of them hurts and one of them doesn't. So the only way to figure out which one you are is you have to try both and figure out which one feels the most natural for you. Again, both of these are correct. They're both going to get your arm away from your body, elbow away from your body, in position to make the throw. That's why they're both correct, but one of them loads right, one of them doesn't. So, starting with the pendulum. The pendulum starts with the top of the disc facing away from your body, okay? Biggest mistake, or one of the biggest mistakes in sidearm, is doing the pendulum starting here. The reason the pendulum cannot start with the top of the disc towards your body is that at some point, if you do, you're going to have to rotate the disc 180 degrees to make the throw. It would be no different than doing a backhand backswing upside down and then having to flip it over. I mean, that would be obviously wrong. Well, a pendulum with the top of the disc facing towards you is also wrong. So, pendulum, top of the disc facing away from you, disc goes forward like a pendulum. On the second step, just like a pendulum, the disc swings back into position, right? Get back here. Lower half of your body's forward, upper half of the body's rotated, tension in your core, elbow not near your body, ready to throw. The windmill starts with the top of the disc facing towards you. For almost all players, this is a more comfortable position to start with than this. This is awkward. It is an awkward starting place, but we'll get to why that's not going to be a problem in a second. So, windmill starts facing top of the disc towards you. Step one, disc goes in front of you. Step two, like a windmill, the disc continues its motion around. When you do the windmill on the second step, lower half of your body's forward, upper half of the body's rotated, tension in your core, elbows nowhere near your body, you're ready to plant and throw. Now, to figure out which one you are, you have to do both, right? It's simply a matter of throwing. Don't throw hard. If one of them puts your arm into a wonky position and you try to throw 100%, it's not going to feel good. But usually within 10 throws of doing both, you can figure out if you're a windmill or a pendulum. Now, if you've been doing one for the past 20 years, still try the other. You may be shocked. After literally 10 throws, you go, oh my God, that feels right. It's about a coin flip. I say it's a coin flip. It's about 60-40. 60% of players are windmills, 40% of pendulums. But until you've done them both, you don't know what you are. So you have to try one, 10, 20 throws, try the other for 10 or 20 throws. The only question you have is which one feels more natural. The one that feels more natural is going to be the correct mechanics for you. It's the one that's going to reduce your arm injury. It's also going to make you throw better. Now, quick caveat to that. When you try to figure out which one feels better, do not take into account the fact that the pendulum starts weirder, right? If this feels awkward to start, doesn't matter. Do this for an hour. It's going to feel like the most natural thing in the world. So this will become natural, period. But the mechanics of the windmill versus the pendulum, you'll never force the unnatural throw to become the natural throw. Now, a couple details on those throws. Once you figure out which one you are, the pendulum seems to be a natural way of putting the disc into position. So when you do the pendulum, you're going to swing the disc backwards into position. The mistake that players make with the pendulum most often is that instead of swinging back into this position right here, they swing back into this position back here. Okay, just think about throwing a ball. If you're throwing a ball, you're going to be coming here, coming forward. You're not going to come here and then wind back around here. So with the pendulum, make sure that the pendulum swings, for all intents and purposes, the line you're going to throw. This one's pretty easy to get into position. The windmill comes with some more challenges. Doesn't mean you can't do it. They're not hard. You just want to be aware of them. So first off with the pendulum, first off with the windmill is that even though it has a windmill motion, you're not going to be going all the way up around. Take the disc, start it flat, come back a little away from your body, pull it into this position here. But all the disc is going to do is go from straight to here to here. Literally the two steps are 1, 2, okay? Do not pull a straight vertical over the top. Number 2, you also don't want to take that and go all the way back here. Just like with the pendulum, that can happen. Remember, you're here, you're throwing from there, right? That's all the motion is. 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? Next, one of the 2 most common mistakes with the windmill, and these are hard to catch. You almost have to film yourself to know if you're doing it, but being aware of it's the first step. The first mistake is, I call it telephoning because I'm dating myself, because back when I was a kid, we talked on telephones like this. Well, that can happen with the windmill. The mistake is to take the disc and instead of coming back here, you come back here. Then you're throwing the disc from up there, okay? This is just another way of having that elbow close to your body. It's not how you throw the disc. You wouldn't throw a ball from up here, but you don't throw a disc from right here either. The second most common mistake with the windmill, and you almost have to have someone point this out to you because it happens behind you, out of sight. It's tricky. But the mistake is that you should be going 1, 2. Now you're in position to throw. The mistake is going 1, 2, pulling the disc over here, and doing this. If you were watching from behind, it would look like this. The disc is here, with this big motion there. That would be very similar to throwing a backhand, where the backswing went like this, and then right about here, you went like this. Again, it would be obvious on the backhand, but not uncommon for the sidearm with the windmill technique. So hopefully with someone helping you or with video or just simply being aware of it, the motion is 1, 2, plant, throw, and that's it. So the last thing, I cannot stress this enough, for 90-something% of players, one of these is correct. For you, one of them's not, and one of them will give you better results. I 100% guarantee one of those 2 is going to give you better results than the other. So it's not a matter of personal taste. You got to figure out which one you are and stick with it. Even if you've been doing one your whole life, if you have never tried the other, it's still 50-50 that the other one isn't better. And if it is, you're going to see a jump in your sidearm game in about 10 minutes. All right, hope that helps. Real quick, a couple things. I'm on Patreon. Sign up. Join the monthly subscription. We'll keep the free content coming. Also have tons of stuff in there on tournament strategy, mental game, live Q&As, bunch of neat stuff. I also do private lessons by video. Message me, disc golf lesson. Lesson is singular, discgolflesson@gmail.com. And I'm also now doing 1-day and 3-day seminars. Contact me if enough people in your town, or your state, I should say, want to do a seminar. We'll schedule something. I'll come to town so you don't have to get on a plane. And with all the risks that come with that in 2020, I will come to you within driving distance, and we'll do a seminar in your town. But message me, discgolflesson@gmail.com. Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry, this is nothing to do with disc golf, but check this out. Look at this. We're in Moab. And just right at the top of the rock, there's this really cool arch. Actually, it does have something to do with disc golf. It's one of the coolest mandatories in the game. All we need is a basket. All right, thanks, guys. Hey, everyone. I'm now on Patreon. Click the link below. Not only keep the free content coming with tutorials, tips, podcasts, etc., but get a bunch of free stuff like live stream Q&As, copy of my book, voting on topics, behind the scenes, bunch of cool stuff. Click the link down below to join.